Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Thank you for being here. So in this video I just wanted to talk about a concept that my younger cousin taught me. So my younger cousin, he's had a lot of personal difficulties in his life. Many of them are circumstantial, but some of them are self-created. He has struggled a bit with some substance issues, particularly alcohol. And he's in recovery now, and I'm so proud of him. I talked to him quite a bit this last summer, and he's just matured quite a bit, and I'm just so proud of him as an older cousin, and with all the things he's been through. Now, during our conversations, there was something he said that I thought it was really insightful, and I thought about it for a little bit, but then it kind of went out of my mind. But recently, like this past weekend, since Friday, I've been thinking about it quite extensively, and I've actually I've actually kind of incorporated it into my trading persona, and I would say it's a part of my trader identity now, and it is something that is helping me overcome many of the mental challenges in trading that I've been struggling with for years now. So what is it? What did my cousin say to me that gave me this new perspective and helps me to find clarity and direction and discipline? Most importantly of all, this has helped me and will help me in the future with discipline, which is the thing I've most struggled with. So that thing is: one is too many, 1,000 is never enough. One being the one drink you take that sends you on a spiral and allows you to, brings out the worst part of yourself and sends you down the alcoholic, making mistakes and bad decisions. Because once you've had that one drink, your brain, when you're an alcoholic, it switches into a mode where I'm just gonna go crazy and just drink a ton. And after I've had that one drink, 1,000 isn't enough. I just want to keep going, keep being degenerate. And I say that because I've had my own struggles. Not really with alcohol, but with, and not even bad, but some online betting. I would say nicotine. When I was in college, I was really addicted to nicotine. Don't really do nicotine anymore. Probably smoked too much weed, definitely. But, I was in college. What are you going to do? I'm just being honest about my personal struggles here. But luckily, I feel like I have everything under control in my life now. Have a very healthy relationship with substances. Don't use nicotine. I'll have a drink once a month. Pot. I like pot, but I don't abuse it, and I don't do it constantly, and I don't use it as a coping mechanism either. So I feel like I've matured. I'm 26. I'm married now. I feel like I have a much more healthier perspective about all these things and using in moderation. Now, it doesn't mean I can't still struggle and they can't become problems, but anyway, I'm digressing here. What I mean to talk about is one is too many, 1,000 is never enough. How does that relate to trading? It relates exactly. It translates over exactly the way my cousin says it with alcohol to the way I say it with my poor trading. So, when I trade and I violate my rules and I just take one little anticipatory trade and I lose just 0.2 R, okay, I've just lost a fifth of a risk unit. That gives me permission to make a dumb trade and, use, instead of one contract, use two contracts to try and get it back. So now I'm down, I'm risking 1 R, and suddenly I've lost over a whole risk unit trading off plan. And then I size up times 2 and I slide my stop loss up when I shouldn't. and I got stopped out, and then it goes my way, so I get more frustrated, and I try again, and now I'm down 3R. And this is what happened on Friday. This is what happened to me numerous times over the years. It's led to many blow-ups of my account, and it's unacceptable. And the way I'm going to break that cycle and, build a cycle of trading properly and following my rules is remembering that quote and just never having the one mistake. Because once I make one mistake, one discipline error, it gives me the permission to make the next 999 and beyond. And it's simply something, it cannot be part of my equation. I must trade my plan. I have to. It's out of the question. I can't violate. I can't anticipate. I cannot oversize. And I have to walk away. I have to let my trade run. I can't stare at the charts, because staring at the charts, that makes me anxious, and it makes me want to interfere, and it makes me want to size up, and it affects my performance. And the type of trader I am, the type of plan I execute, is the type where I just get to enter and let it ride. I don't have to worry, because I have my target, I have my stop, and I just don't interfere. I let it ride no matter what, and that's what I do. That's it. It's simple, it's easy, that's it. So, man, I hope this helps some of you out there who are struggling. Maybe you have a plan that you know will work, but you're just not able to follow it. Maybe thinking in terms of how an addict or a person in recovery manages their, I don't even want to say illness, but just what they are dealing with, poor coping mechanisms. Because really, trading off plan, going on tilt, this is poor coping mechanisms. You're not dealing with the reality of the market. I wasn't trusting myself. I trusted the plan, but I couldn't trust myself to follow the plan. And I know it's early on, but for the first time in my trading career, I feel like I can trust myself to follow the plan and not anticipate and not oversize. So really happy with that. Long way to go on my trading journey, but I am happy, and that is just the reality of my situation. So one last thing possibly worth mentioning, I'm a very ADD personality, so that's definitely made my trading journey harder than it would have been had I not had ADD. Probably ADD personalities, and when I say ADD, I mean attention deficit disorder. People with personalities like this, we get bored more easily. We seek to control our mood with external means, be it working out, smoking a joint, nicotine, whatever. That's something that men tend to do a lot more than women, but especially people with ADD or ADHD do that. But being aware is the first step. Gonna try and fix it with meditation, with a morning routine, with exercise. Apparently fish oil supplementation helps. And I am going to see my doctor on Wednesday, so we'll see what my doctor has to say. I don't want to have something I take every day, but maybe a low dose stimulant to take a couple days a week when I'm working for my other job will be good. Don't know, we'll see. But thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let me know what you think of this video, and have a good one. Take it easy.